Hello, my beautiful friend. It's Betsy Gutting. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the Aquarius new moon. This new moon is a future-focused, visionary new moon. It's about seeding intentions for a brand new vision, and the energy feels like we're breaking a dry spell, like we're leaving this dry, parched, abandoned land, and we're moving into a more lush, fertile, nourishing place. So I'm very excited about this energy, and I'm going to get into the nuances, the aspects, how you can work with these energies in a moment. But first I want to say hello if you are new to me. I am an intuitive life coach and a psychic astrologer. And I love helping you to create a new vision for your life, to answer your heart's true calling, and to clear away the obstacles that are in the way of you living the life you want to live. So definitely check out my astrology readings if you'd like a personal reading. And I also offer intuitive coaching sessions. I have a great coaching offer right now. It's something I rarely offer. It's the best value that I offer, and I'll tell you all about it at the end of the video. Plus, I have a gift for you. It's a free gift, and I'll tell you about your gift and how to get it at the end, so stay tuned. I'm going to do readings for each of the 12 signs, let you know where this new moon in Aquarius is happening in your chart, which area of life is being affected, and I'm going to pull an oracle card for each of the 12 signs. These are Sonia Choquette Trust Your Vibes cards. So perfect. Trust your vibes. Aquarius being all about vibration and frequency. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what these cards have to say for your sun, moon, and your rising signs. Be sure to listen to the first part of this video where I go into depth on the aspects and what's going on with this new moon. It will give you a full picture of everything and give you a lot of juiciness that I don't want you to miss. So let's get into the new moon in Aquarius. First of all, as I said, Aquarius energy is our visionary energy. It's the cosmic intelligence. Last night, I went out to get takeout food and I walked there. It's about 15 minutes from my apartment to downtown Laguna Beach. So I took a walk and I was walking along the water, the ocean path, and Spirit said, look up. And I took a breath and I looked up, and there was this vast dark night sky with all the stars sparkling, and I saw the Big Dipper, and it was like, oh yeah, we are just stardust. I am just one, it's like my heart immediately relaxed, because all the little things that we can focus on that we stress about, our problems, our things that our ego thinks it needs to fix, right? They're so insignificant compared to who we really are. And I feel like Spirit is wanting us to come back to that knowing with this new moon. Come back to the knowing that you are taken care of, you are protected, you are guided, you are part of this galaxy that is then part of a zillion other galaxies. And there's so much more going on. It's like zoom out, return to the bigger picture of life. This is a really expansive new moon. It wants us to expand our horizons, because what it is that you want, your new vision, whatever you feel would improve your life, whatever is lighting you up right now, whatever is exciting you right now, we need to expand our consciousness in order to bring it about. This is a new moon that could actually cause a quantum leap for us in our consciousness. And I'm going to give you an example of how I experienced this. About 6 years ago, 2015, I decided to move from the Pacific Northwest, Seattle, where my daughters lived at the time. I lived with them, I raised them there, and it was very gray. Still is gray. The Pacific Northwest is pretty gray. People talk about the rain, but my experience is a lot more about gray, and you have a light deficiency when you're there. As much as I love it, and I love all my Seattle people so much, but I needed to be in the sun. I needed to thaw out. I grew up in Southern California, so it's in my DNA to have sunlight. So anyway, I decide I'm going to pack up all my stuff, put it in a pod. The pod gets taken somewhere out into pod land until you ask for it, and then they deliver it to you. A leap of faith in and of itself. And Laguna Beach, where I wanted to live, is this small beach town with very few apartment openings. I came out here, I had no place to live. Was starting over in my business. All my communities, all my clients were in the Seattle area. So it was a huge leap of faith that I took coming out here. And it took a while for me to find a place to live. Fortunately, I stayed with a friend. I rented a room from her for about the first 6 weeks. And one day I was like, nothing was happening. I wasn't finding a place. Everything was too expensive, too small, and so on. So I see this listing for this little beach cottage, fully furnished, $2,500 a month. I was like, whoa, that's expensive. I can't do that. But I'm just going to go look at it just to see. And I went there and I met this retired math professor who was renting it out. And he said, here's the thing, Betsy, you got to get on a wave. You got to get on the right wave. And if you get on the right wave, every wave after that just flows in unison with the right wave. And whatever he said, whatever that metaphor was, it really sunk in. And I was like, okay, I'll take it. So I was so happy that my frequency went way up. My vibration went way up because I was literally like walking out my door every day to the beach. I was, talking with my clients over the phone or over Skype. Back then it was Skype, now it's Zoom. And I felt in my element. I was just so in the right frequency that within a couple of weeks, I had told everyone that I met that I was looking for a new place to live, including my mail carrier. In a couple of weeks, my mail carrier knocks on my door and he goes, by the way, there's a woman moving out a few blocks away. You should go check it out. I said, should I go now? He goes, I don't know. She's cleaning and stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm over there. So I go over there. I meet her. I look at the place. It's adorable. She gives me the landlord's phone number. I call him. He's like, oh, I was just about to put an ad in, but if you want it, you can have it. And that was the moment that I knew life can be truly, things can fall into place magically. And I know you've all had moments like this where something just falls into place magically. And I'm going to tell you how I think it happened for me. And the way I think it happened was I was visualizing every day myself rooted in Laguna Beach. I imagined myself as a tree, as an old growth tree with deep, deep roots. And I was literally just anchored into the town of Laguna Beach. Birds around my tree, people, the little animals were happy to be in my tree. And I feel that it was that visualization that really connected me to what I wanted, to being rooted here in Laguna Beach. So I feel like this new moon is really asking us to have this vision, whatever it is for you, whatever image you get, that anchors you into the reality of this could happen for you. The thing that you want could happen for you. And I have to tell you, this was a pipe dream for me to live in Laguna Beach. It was like I had no idea how it was going to come about, but it turned out that the apartment that I got, because it was not advertised yet, was below market rate. It was literally 5 blocks from the beach. I walk there every day and put my feet in the sand. It was more than I thought I was going to be able to achieve when I moved here. One of the key aspects that's happening with this new moon is that Venus has gone direct. Can I get an amen? Because Venus retrograde, and it has been since December 19th in Capricorn, could make you feel, it's like what I said, being in the desert. Like our Venus is our divine feminine. It's how we receive. Venus is our money. It's what we love. It's what brings us comfort. It's all the yummy things in life, and it's been retrograde. And so it's taken us on this inward journey to get very clear on what's most important to you. What are your values? What must you have in your life to be happy? And where are you? What habits or patterns, ways of being have you had since maybe a young child that are holding you back from your own happiness? And I know for me, what's come, we've all gotten a Venus retrograde message. For all of us, there's a little nugget, a little gift that we have received around this Venus retrograde time. For me, it's been perfectionism and where I have too high of expectations for myself and where I'm not in tune with the beauty that I bring to myself and to the world, where I don't appreciate myself enough. So whatever it is for you, you probably have a sense of what it is by now. And Venus going forward means that we are now ready to receive again. We now have a more clear sense of our own worthiness, of our own self-love. We've upgraded our self-love during this Venus retrograde period. And if you haven't watched my video on the Venus retrograde, I encourage you to definitely to watch that as well. So synchronistically, Venus is now direct. We're back in receiving mode. We're back in our fertility. We're feeling sexier, or we will be very soon, which is always a lovely thing. There's also a new momentum happening with this new moon in Aquarius, because Mercury will also go forward a few days after this new moon, just 3 days after, on February 4th. So all the planets are going to be direct as of February 4th. This is full steam ahead. This is like, okay, I went to the farmer's market this morning in my little town of Laguna Beach. There was such a buzz in the air. There were so many more people there than I normally see. And it just made my heart happy, because it was like, the people are coming out. It's like everybody's coming out of the woodwork. It's like we're coming out of hibernation, is the feeling that it felt. And it was kind of this electrical Uranian kind of feeling. There's this new momentum. It's like you can feel it in the air. It's like, okay, we're ready. We're done with all that other stuff. We're done with the restrictive stuff. We're done with the staying inside all the time. Or not to say, I'm sure many of you spend a lot of time in nature, and I do too. But something about us, it's like we're being switched on. It's like we're being plugged back in. We've been offline and we've had a reset, and we're coming back online. There's also a conjunction to Saturn that's happening. Now, what does this mean? What it means is that we're creating something that can be long lasting, that is really important to us. It has structure to it. We're building it. The North Node just went into Taurus. It's all about building. It's all about creating a foundation. It's about creating stability. So whatever it is that you want right now with this Aquarius new moon, the new intentions that you're planting right now, this is something that it's important that it be something that you want to see go into your future. It may even be a legacy that you see that you would want to leave to people that are important to you or to the planet. It doesn't have to be a huge, huge, big thing. And if you don't have like this big, clear vision right now, I don't want you to worry about that. It's more about getting a feeling and a sense, and maybe just, this is something that I want to do. It doesn't have to be a full-on vision yet. Don't let that idea of a new vision intimidate you. There may be some resistance or some heaviness that you're feeling around now. What I think the resistance and heaviness has to do is that there's a part of us that is dying. There's an old self that is releasing from our lives. We're releasing old soul contracts that have expired. People that are no longer in sync with us. Situations, jobs, homes, perhaps, we're releasing, and that can feel like a death process. So I feel like there's a part of us that doesn't know what this new big picture is going to be, and that's a little bit scary. But your higher self knows, your spirit knows. Let your future self pull you into the vortex of what it is, and just be super gentle with yourself right now. Be very tender with yourself, because whatever new is emerging, it's like the butterfly emerging from the cocoon. It's like the rebirth process, and it can be very tender. It's a very tender process. You might feel overly responsible, like this, there's so much responsibility that I have, and if I do this thing, it feels like almost like I can't do it. I have to be a provider. I have to provide for myself. I have to provide for others. I have to know the how. I have to know how I'm going to do this. You don't have to know the how. Remember, this is about making a leap in our consciousness, and we can't solve the problem at the level of the problem. There's going to be an awakening that comes with this new moon that shows us the way. All we need is one crumb at a time, one little light flare at a time, to see where it is that we're headed, to see where we're going. And finally, this is super exciting. new soul contracts. We're finding new tribe. This new moon is ruled by Uranus. Uranus is connected with the 11th house, our hopes, wishes, and dreams, our tribe, our communities. We are in a 6th universal year. A 6th universal year is the year of the lovers. It's the year of the soulmates, the soul connections, soul contracts. 2022 has 3 2s in it. 2 is the number of partnership. So we are going to be, if you're not already, you're going to be partnering with new people. This new moon is activating new soul contracts. Okay, this just gives me the chills all over it. It warms my heart. It excites me. We're ready for new people. We're ready to co-create with new people. We're not doing this alone. If you feel like there's too much responsibility, too much heaviness, try to remember you're not doing this alone. Call in your new people. Call in your new people. Ask Spirit. Pray. I'm ready for my new people. Bring it on. Okay, so now this is exciting. Now let's do readings for each of the 12 signs. I'm going to tell you which area of life, which house this new moon is happening in for you. And I'm going to pull a card for each of the signs. So be sure to listen for your sun, moon, and your rising. Your sun, moon, and your rising, because many of us have different signs for sun, moon, and rising, and they all are a piece of the puzzle, of the whole puzzle for you. So let's start with the Aries. Okay, so Aries, this new moon in Aquarius is happening in your 11th house. The 11th house is your house of community. It's your house of friendships. It's social media. It's your hopes, wishes, and dreams. So this is seeding a whole new dream for you, Aries. And this is something you're not. I know you're someone who's used to being the leader, the pioneer, doing it alone. There are other pioneers that are waiting to meet you to do things with. It can be your own vision, but don't be afraid to call in partners to help you in some way, even if it means that you're hiring people for your own business. In some way, Spirit wants you to partner with others. And I'm shuffling the cards as I talk, and now I'm going to ask, hey, Aries, what is the card for Aries for this new moon in Aquarius? What advice do you have for Aries? All right, the card is, ooh, I love this card. Okay. This card is sound check. And that may seem very abstract, but you can see there's a big ear and there's all of this music and there's birds chirping. So the first thing that comes to me when I see sound check is I think throat chakra. I think speaking your truth. I think listening for a message from your soul. Listening to music specifically, I know this is a little bit literal, but something about listening to music to get into the flow of your spirit, to get into the vortex for you. There's a flow that happens when you let yourself relax, when you let yourself be in joy, when you let your inner child play. And this word check with the word sound tells me that there's a readjustment that Spirit is telling you would be super helpful for you to get a very clear download from Spirit. Spirit wants to give you a download. Spirit wants you to wake you up to the next version of your future self, because you are Aries. You're headed into a whole new place with your career, possibly with a relationship. Your spirit is guiding you to greener pastures, to better and bigger places, as we say. So tune in, open your ears, let all of your senses receive the new message that Spirit wants to give you. So that's pretty exciting. Okay, Taurus, this new moon is happening for you in your 10th house. The 10th house rules career and life purpose, your legacy. It's actually connected to Capricorn. We have all these planets. We have Mercury, we have Mars, we have Venus, and we have Pluto, all in Capricorn right now. And Capricorn is tied to achievement, to work, to climbing the mountain and getting to that, climbing the ladder, whatever that means for you. So here we have Taurus, a very strong, and the North Node is in Taurus. It's in your sign right now, which is all about building. And I know you're already about building. You're all about creating stability and having the beautiful material comforts and pleasures of life, appreciating them. That's what I love about your energy, Taurus, is that you are so connected to having not just a spiritual life, spiritually beautiful life, but an earthly life. Like, how do you make the most of your earthly incarnation, right? You may as well make it luscious. So you guys are really good at that. So I'm shuffling the cards, and I'm going to pull a card for you now. What do the Trust Your Vibes cards have to say for you, Taurus? And your card is Call on Your Angels. Call on your angels. So I don't know if you work with the angels, but this is an invitation to do so. If not the angels, for you, your higher guidance, whatever your connection to the spiritual guide world is, ancestors perhaps, this is saying tune into your higher self and call on your angels and guides and spiritual helpers for help. Don't try to do it alone. You are very good at creating earthly things, but you can create even more when you call on the angels. And this is a year, as I said in the opening, this is a year about partnering with others. This is a year about finding your tribe, more of your tribe members, not trying to do everything by yourself. It's very exhausting, Taurus. You can get really tired of like carrying too much weight, carrying too much of the load. This is a chance for you to let some of the baggage, put it down and carry less load and have more people coming in to help you. So maybe you're hiring people, maybe you are finding a new community, maybe you're just teaming up with more people, you're delegating more. But call on your angels for any support that you need and help that you need. And remember that you're not doing this alone. And also remember that you're an earth angel. See the wings on the back of this person. Reminder to you that you are an earth angel and that whatever you're creating in the world is helping a lot of people. And don't forget what you bring to others. You are a beautiful light. You are a blessing to the planet, Taurus. All right. Geminis, this new moon is happening in your 9th house of spirituality, of your belief system, your higher self, your higher education, your spiritual education, and it's just the house of adventure. So, and international travel. So, Gemini, there's an awakening that's happening for you. There's definitely a quantum leap that can happen for you during this new moon. Spend some time, whatever it is that you do that makes you feel more inspired, definitely gift that to yourself. For a lot of Geminis, traveling makes us, I'm a Gemini sun, so for all of us as Geminis, when we travel, we see from a new vantage point. There is a whole new vista, a whole new horizons waiting for you. And I'm getting this feeling like you have no idea what is waiting for you, because it is so much more broad and expansive than you've experienced before. So there's a leap of faith that we need to take in our consciousness to accept and allow in what this might be. Like, it feels like a softening of rigidity, because a lot of us have been very tight and constricted because of the last couple of years. And we've kind of pulled in and we've looked for safety. And this is saying open up. It's safe to open your heart, maybe some yoga, and let's see what the cards have to say too. This is all about expanding and opening up to that, your higher self's message. The card for you, Gemini, is expect the best. So as a Gemini, I can say for myself, and maybe you can relate, that we can get, there's a part of us that can be in the past tied to kind of the worst case scenario. We can worry too much. This is saying it's so much better than you can imagine, but you have to expect the best. Come out of that worried self and ask your sparkly, effervescent, connected self, what's coming. What is the message? What is your next step? Expect the best. And this is maybe even something to write on a sticky note or a little card and put on your refrigerator. Expect the best, Gemini. You rock. Okay. Cancer. This new moon in Aquarius, Cancer, is happening in your 8th house of transformation. You have been going through a transformation. You have been going through a death and rebirth process. You have been going through it. I know because I'm a Cancer moon, Cancer rising, and we have been going through it. You have to remember you're a spiritual warrior, Cancer. It's very important to remember during this process that you are coming into a new self, a new life. What you've seen up till now is not the end. This also rules intimacy. I know that as a Cancer, if you're in a relationship, you might want deeper intimacy. If you're not in a relationship, you may want an intimate partner. This is very exciting for Cancers because we are in this 6th year, which is the Lovers, and the energy is all about partnering. So we're activating new soul contracts. So definitely, Cancer, call in your partner. If you don't have a partner right now and you would like one, start speaking to your partner as though they were here. You can write to them. You can speak to them before you go to bed at night, when you wake up in the morning, however you want to do it. But definitely do that. This is a time to give yourself permission to have more than you've had in your life up till now. Let's see what the cards have to say, Cancer. The card for you, Cancer, is time for crayons. So this is saying get back into your playful inner child. Just play. When you play with crayons, when you doodle, when you make little abstract drawings, whatever you do, when you just let yourself have fun for no reason at all, it's why we have all those coloring books, right? For adults that never used to be here, because it soothes the mind. It helps you disengage from your worries. Get out whatever you play with, whether it's crayons, whether it's face paint, whether it's building blocks. I don't know what it is for you, Cancer. It's different for all of us. But when you let the energy of spirit flow through you and move through your hands and just have fun, like I said, for no reason at all, it connects you to your higher self. It relaxes you. It soothes you. I feel like there's a message that you need some just playful disengagement from the mind to be soothed, and allow that to come in, and that will give you a break, and it will kind of restart you, reset you. Happy new moon in Aquarius, dear Cancer. Okay, Leos, this new moon is happening in your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, all relationships that are significant to you. Any commitments you have, this can be clients, this can be romantic partners, it could be your children, it can be your parents. It's all significant relationships. So this is a really important house. New soul contracts coming in. So this is really exciting news. Leo, this is really exciting. I would be so happy if I were having this new moon in Aquarius in my 7th house of partnerships. So I hope that you're excited. I know this energy can feel very electrical. It can interfere with our sleep. So just make sure that you're taking really good care of yourself. You're getting enough sleep, you're getting good nourishment, you're eating good food, you're taking walks, you're exercising, all of those things. Let's see what the cards have to say for you, Leo. 7th house. Okay, this is a cool card. It says take your time. If there's a part of you that feels rushed, that feels a sense of urgency, that feels like you should have done whatever it is you're trying to do yesterday and you're late, you're far behind, this is saying no. You actually have more time than you think you have. Connect with your spirit. You can see the background of this card. It looks very ethereal. It's like, remember who you are. Remember that you're part of the galaxy, that you're part of a much bigger world, that you are cosmic in nature, and that really, in the true sense of things, there is no time. So wherever you feel rushed, where you feel a sense of lack, a sense of not enoughness, try to let in some more spaciousness. Try to let in the truth that your soul is so much more expansive, so much more vibrant, so much more alive, so much more powerful than maybe you're giving yourself credit for. I feel like this card is saying you reclaim your power as a co-creator, partner with spirit, reconnect to the truth of who you are. You're not in a rush. Let yourself take your time. Leo. Virgo, this new moon is happening in your 6th house of health, everyday routines, and your work, your everyday work, whatever it is that you do. This is connecting you to self-care, to nutrition, to mental health, to health on all levels, spiritual and emotional. Let's see what the cards have to say, and we'll go from there, Virgo. You're an earth sign, and the North Node has gone into Taurus, which is also an earth sign. And we have 4 planets in Capricorn, also earth right now. So I feel like you're really grounded in the energies right now. And they are saying this is a time that you can change a habit. You can change a mind habit, even a thought process, a thought pattern that has you looping around, and that has you worried or concerned, that has you disconnected from your true self. You can change that now. You're fully supported. And I feel like finances can improve for you too, Virgo. I feel like Spirit's saying you can come into more abundance, especially as you change whatever is going on in your mind that might be stressing you out. Okay, this is cool. So the card for you that came up is cloak yourself in the light. You can be, as an empath or highly sensitive person, you can suck up other people's emotions. You can be like a sponge and soak in negativity that's not yours. This is saying, first of all, remember that you are a light being, that you're connected to spirit, that you are protected, but also it's saying before you leave your house in the morning, cloak yourself in the light, protect your energy so that you don't absorb so much from other people. Because you are an earth angel, you are likely to help others on a regular basis, and sometimes you can take in their energy and it drains you. And this new moon in Aquarius has a lot of electrical energy ruled by Uranus, and it can really get your adrenaline going. And so it's important to ground your energy and just to take care of your physical body. So perfect for the 6th house, Virgo. I hope you have a beautiful Aquarius new moon. All right, Libra. Libra, this is happening in your 5th house, the new moon in Aquarius. Your 5th house is creativity, it's children, it's anyone that you take care of, it's your full expressive self. So this is all about expression, and you are an artist, Libra, at heart. You beautify the world. So let's look at what the cards have to say with you. What is this new moon? I feel like this new moon is saying, take a chance and do something a little bit different, whatever it is that you do for your work. Remember that you are creative. Let yourself be, if you're not being creative at work, then definitely give yourself another opportunity to be creative outside of your work, because this new moon wants to stimulate your inner child, your playful spark, your imaginative self. It's time to come back into a connection with your creativity. And this says, the cards say for you, Libra. Oh, interesting. Okay, it says, it shows 2 angels and a person who looks torn in the middle, and it says sleep on it. Is there a decision that you're trying to make in terms of your creativity, your children, your life path, your expression? Is there a decision you're trying to make that you feel torn about, or you feel unsure about, or you feel stressed about? Sleep on it. Ask your angels for help. Pray, journal. Don't try to do it alone. You're not alone. This card, in the big picture, I feel strongly is saying, remember, you're not alone. You have angels, you have guides, you have many who want to help you make any decisions that you're trying to figure out. So call on them. Scorpio, this is happening in your 4th house, this new moon in Aquarius, your 4th house of home, of your family of origin, your inner self. In the fourth house is where we put our roots down into the earth. It's where we seek security. It's where we seek safety. So, and Scorpio, you're already very attuned to those values of safety and security and creating a very secure life for yourself. So that's probably up for you right now. It could also be family. It could be where you live. It could be a move coming up. You might be interested in moving, contemplating a move. Let's see what the cards have to say for you, Scorpio. And also the South Node is in Scorpio right now. The South Node is what we are done with, what we're moving away from. And what it means is that this is a really good time for you to purge anything in your past, any emotional stuff that's weighing on you. This is a time to allow yourself to feel those emotions, feel to heal, as we say, and let them go. And I know for Scorpios, my daughter has a Scorpio moon, and I know for Scorpios, a lot of times, you guys don't always want to go into those emotions because it feels like they could swallow you up. It feels so heavy. I know that's not true for all of you. Some of you are the deep divers and you're totally there. You're totally ready to move anything out of the way that needs to be moved out. But especially with a new moon in your fourth house, which is again connected to your inner self, this is a time, and the Scorpio, the South Node in Scorpio, this is a time to give yourself some time to reflect and sit with any emotions that feel heavy to you so you can release them for this next new chapter. And the card for you, I'm shuffling and see what comes up, is walk it off. So there could be some anger there, some frustration, or you could just be trying to make a decision and you're not sure which way to go. And this is obviously giving you a big nudge to get out in nature. I see this angel in the background, and this is saying, take yourself near water if you can. There's the sparkly night sky, maybe some evening walks, but Spirit wants to connect with you through nature right now. There's a message that Spirit has to give you, and giving yourself some time in nature will also help you just to let off steam, to release any emotional energy that's in your field that needs to go, because we're entering a whole new time. You're being pulled toward the vortex of light. So you want to get rid of anything that doesn't match the frequency, the alignment, the light that you are, Scorpio, that you are in your true nature. Okay, Sagittarius, this new moon is happening in your third house. The third house is connected with your local environment, your neighborhood. The third house is siblings, it's communication, it's your communicative expression, it's writing, it's how you get your message out into the world. It's also how your mind works. It's also just the workings of the mind. So, there may be something going on in your local area, in your neighborhood. You might be now getting a chance if things have been closed or tight, you might have a chance now to spend more time with people that you care about, with friends, and just maybe taking some day trips, because the third house also rules local, like day trips and local excursions, short trips, like long weekends. So this could be a call to give yourself the treat of a long weekend. And I'm going to pull a card for you now. What do the cards say for beautiful Sagittarius? Sagittarius, this is about receiving, opening up to receive. Accept the gifts of the universe. There is this cornucopia of abundance waiting for you. This is such a beautiful card. This is about, when you say, yes, I accept, I know I'm worthy of more. I know I've taken my self-love to a new place. I am ready to have a higher level of abundance, of wealth, whatever that is for you. It doesn't have to be money necessarily. It can be time. It could be resources. It could be a significant other. It could be new friends. But the universe has gifts for you. Open your arms, open your heart, let your consciousness expand to know that you can have what it is your heart desires. And maybe this or something better. Maybe this is even saying dream bigger, because The universe has something else for you that is maybe beyond your imagination, Sagittarius. All right, let's see. Capricorn. Capricorn, this new moon in Aquarius is happening in your second house of money, values, self-esteem, soul esteem, your own sense of your worthiness. So this is a really potent area for an Aquarius new moon, which is all about expanding your consciousness around money. And Capricorn, achievement is really important to you. Work is important to you. Legacy is important to you. So this could be tied to income from a job. You might want to make more money. You might want to change jobs. You might be having a whole new set of values than you had before. Maybe something is brand new, super important to you that wasn't before. You're having a shift in values, perhaps. Let's see what the cards have to say. That was my cat running by in case any of you heard that. Okay, so Capricorn, the card for you is listen for your messages and write them down. The card says make a note of it. The universe is trying to communicate with you. It's so easy when we get new inspirations. They come in and then they leave. And just like when in your dreams too, when you have a dream that's really significant to you, that really makes an impression, whether it's a bad dream or a good dream, if it makes an impression, a sleeping dream I'm talking about, write it down. Work with your dreams. They have a message for you too. The angels, your spirit guides, Spirit is trying to get through to you. It's trying to tell you something that's super important. And with Uranus ruling this new moon in Aquarius, there is a cosmic download that's being gifted to you that will change whatever actions you're going to take next. Capricorn, you have so many planets in your sign right now. Venus, Pluto, Mars, and Mercury. You are probably like gung-ho. I can imagine that this energy feels really great to you in some ways, but it also may feel heavy. You might feel like overly responsible. You may feel like you can't do something you really want to do. Journal those feelings. Journal anything that feels like an obstacle so that you can release it, because Spirit has a message for you, a path for you that's going to help you move forward that you're not seeing right now. Make sure you write it down when you get an inspiration, especially. Happy new moon in Aquarius, Capricorn. Aquarius, this new moon is happening. This is your new moon. This is super exciting. This is happening in your first house of self. How perfect is that? Your first house of who you are, who you see yourself as, how you appear to others when they first meet you. This is also your appearance. The first house also rules the face. So there could be something you could be wanting to do some sort of makeover, wanting to dress differently, or wanting to project a different image than you have. You could be rebranding in a business of yours. It can also be connected to health, especially around the face. It's tied to your energy levels. And Aquarius, this is such beautiful energy with this new moon. It's so invigorating. I hope you feel just like a whole new fresh air feeling coming in, a fresh start. This is a brand new start for you. It may even be like a whole new life for you. It may even be like a reinvention. You might be reinventing yourself. You might be stepping into a new career or a new job or a new relationship. It's all about the new. So let's see what the cards have to say for you, Aquarius. And don't be afraid to, as we say, let your freak flag fly, because this is about moving into more authenticity for you. Giving yourself permission to be express more of your truth and who you really are than perhaps you ever have before. The gates are open for you. Aquarius card. Feed your spirit. Give yourself what you need, Aquarius. Give yourself permission. I get the sense from this card, this person is taking themselves out for a meal in a beautiful setting. I get the sense that you don't always give yourself what you need. Maybe even some things feel too luxurious for you, not necessary. You might be super practical. This is saying your spirit, in addition to all your earthly needs attention. Your spirit perhaps needs more inspiration. That could be through podcasts, through YouTube videos, through reading books, through a retreat, a yoga retreat maybe. Something that let yourself reconnect with your most awakened being, your cosmic intelligence. There's a whole other part of you that has evolved and grown. And this is saying, commune with that part of you. Partner with your soul. My book, The Magic of Saying Yes, is all about how to partner with your soul. So you may want to check that out. It's linked below. Happy new moon in Aquarius, beautiful Aquarius. And finally, Pisces. Pisces, you're so patient. The 12th house for you, and you are connected to the 12th house just in your being. The 12th house is the house of the cosmic realms, the spiritual realms. It is self-reflection. It is where we go to retreat, where we go to in our imaginations, where we go when we journey to get more connected to our soul, Pisces. Whenever I think of you, Pisces, I always think of this vast ocean. You're a water sign, but you're not just you're not like, turning on the faucet kind of water. It's how I perceive you. I feel you as kind of the queen or the king of water, of the vastness of the universe. You're so connected to the universe, the universal intelligence and cosmic realms. The new moon in the 12th house is giving you permission to reconnect with the depths of who you are, with the power of your spirit. Reminding yourself, what do you love about your spirit? What is unique about you? What is special about you, Pisces? What lights you up? What would you do if money, time, and resources weren't an issue? This is asking you to go within this new moon, and anything that is in the way, any conditioning, any programming that you received as a child or in a past life, it's time for that to let that go if it wasn't positive, if it wasn't empowering, if it doesn't mirror and reflect the beauty of who you are. It's time for you to release that. We have to let go of the baggage to get on the train and go to into this new, more fertile, lush place. We have to release it. And there are so many beings in spirit supporting you. You are so loved, Pisces. You are so supported. You are so unconditionally held and embraced. So the card for you, as I shuffle, let's see what comes up. The card for you, Pisces, is listen to your heart. Your heart knows. Your heart knows your truth. Your spirit, your soul speaks through your heart. So if you have any tightness in your heart, if you are recovering from heartbreak, and I think so many people, Pisces and other signs as well, are recovering from the trauma of the last 2 years, get the support that you need and give yourself the time, the quiet time, the spiritual time, the reconnecting time to listen to your heart's messages, because your heart is guiding you always, and your heart knows your truth. Happy Aquarius new moon, beautiful Pisces. Okay, my friends, so that's all 12 signs. Remember to listen for your sun, moon, and your rising. What resonated for you with this new moon? What are you excited about? Leave me a comment. I love connecting with you. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my next video. And as promised, I have a gift for you. The gift is a guided meditation, returning home to your heart. It will bring you soothing right away, instantly. It's an instant download on my website. Sign up for my inspirational updates and you can receive your free guided meditation. And also the coaching package that I'm offering right now, it is on offer through February 2nd only. It is 6 sessions for the price of 4, plus an extra half hour that you can add on to any of your sessions. So if you are looking for support, if you're tired of doing it alone, if you want help in moving forward with your new vision, with your Aquarius new moon vision, if you're ready to clear out the obstacles and for someone, a compassionate, confidant coach to fly above your life and help shine light on maybe what you're not seeing. We all have blind spots. I would love to support you. Go to my website, check out my coaching special, and I will leave a link in the description box below to that also. So I'm sending you so much love and so much joy, and I hope you have a beautiful Aquarius new moon. I'll see you back here very soon.